Hey everybody, this is Joel Topham with GMT Games, and I just got a package in the mail from GMT, and it's been a while since I've done a box opening video, but I've got Panzer and Panzer Expansion number 1 still in the shrink wrap, so let's go ahead and tear the shrink off and see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got the shrink wrap off of Panzer Expansion number 1. By the way, I didn't really say anything about the covers. It's really hard to do this the way I've got my camera arranged. But anyways, I think the cover art is fantastic. This is some of the best stuff I've seen Roger do this year. This is really quite good. Both covers for the expansion and the base game, they're very evocative. They're done in memory of Redmond Simonson, and I think it's really done very classy, very nice. I really like those covers. Okay, so Panzer Expansion 1, first thing I see opening the box is some bags full of more data cards. And these appear to be same thickness from the base game. So it looks like Germans, but yeah, there's different so for each card there's a different vehicle or different unit on each side. So there is a lot of new vehicles here in the expansion. So the base game really gets you rolling with the rules, with the charts that you're going to need to play, and a pretty good mix of vehicles and units. This expansion is adding a lot of new vehicles to the mix. So, and with the ability to design your own scenarios and more maps, this is very encouraging that there's going to be a lot of replay value here. So there's the German cards, and again here we have the Soviet cards. Let's see what we got here. I'm really impressed. Again, I can't say enough about the thickness of these cards. These are really quite something. So here we've got some more aircraft, some guns. Heck with that. Let's look at the vehicles. There we go. Got some assault guns. KV-85, model 43, 41, 42, some variants of the T-34. There's a lot of T-34s in the base game. T-60 light tank, some more Germans. There's just a lot of stuff here. Very impressive. Okay, you got more baggies. Good luck bagging all of these components. You probably got enough baggies to do it, but I would prefer to use trays myself. This is the expansion number 1 playbook, rulebook. I'm not sure what exactly to call it. There is, looks like some tables of organization. Gross Deutschland, Panzer Grenadier Division as of 1943. Well, that's really cool. You know, fighting formation has really highlighted the Gross Deutschland, so just having that in here is just more value. First SS Panzer Grenadier, Leibstandarte SS Adolf Hitler, Table of Organization. Wow, this is really cool. It looks to be different tables of organization for different formations. Let's find something that's not SS. Okay, it looks like SS Das Reich. What's this one? 3rd SS Panzer Grenadier. Here we go. Here's some Soviets. Reconnaissance battalions. Wow. There's a lot of really cool stuff here. Just the historical information is really quite something. So, there's things for Soviets, tables of organization for Soviets, for Germans. And then we have the scenarios. And it looks like the scenario numeration takes off where the base game had left off. So you have scenario 11 through, what is it, 17? 17, so you got 7 new scenarios in here. But that's not the heart of the game. The heart of the game is the ability to make your own scenarios. Again, using those tables of organization, you can draw up your own scenario quite easily. So very nice. That's very impressive historic information. And you're looking at 52 pages worth, including the back cover. Okay, so maps. Let's see what we got here. Now these are thicker. These feel to have almost the same consistency as a they're maybe slightly lighter than a ASL SK style or new style map if you're an ASL player. So strange cut on it, but I think that this works. So they look almost like, let me pull the camera back so you can see what I'm seeing here. So I can get the focus. They almost look like a longer version of an ASL map. So that's really quite cool. Never seen a style quite like that. And the hexes are quite big because the counters are quite big. So that's what you're looking at here for the maps. Detail in the maps is great. I didn't really highlight that in the first video, but this is really, really nice artwork on the maps. Not sure who did them. Didn't really look at the credits, but just for grins, let's see here. Maps done by Charlie Kibler. Yeah, great stuff. Really, really nice here. It looks like the designer, Mark Simonich, and Pascal de Silva did counters and the rule books. So really good stuff there. Okay, now you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now these are double-sided, so you're really getting 8 maps, 8 different maps, but obviously you couldn't use all 8 at the same time unless you bought 2 of this set. Hopefully they'll do something like that. That's the only downside to having double-sided maps, is obviously that's going to limit some of the map combinations that you could work up. Okay, so that's the maps. More counters. Again, these are the thick deluxe style Panthers. Very nice. I always keep this little guy around here. I use him as like a whose turn it is marker, so we pass the Panther around here. Anyways, sheet 1 has Soviets, has German vehicles, and oh, and I should point out they're double-sided, and it sometimes it's different types of units than on the back sides. So not quite sure how that's going to work in play, but I remember it worked well in MBT and IDF, so I don't have any worries there. Sheet 2 is more units. There's no need for markers. Those all come in the base game. Again, that's why the base game has less maps and stuff, is because you have a lot of markers that are needed for the system. Okay, here we go. Panzer Tables of Organization. Wow, this is really cool. So even more tables of organization. This is all for the Soviets. So I can pull this back so you can see this a little bit better. But you've got 28 pages worth of tables of organization involving Soviet units. So there, and again, there was some of this that was at the beginning of the expansion number 1. Shape of Battle, the Eastern Front. At the beginning of the rule book here, there was a bunch of that stuff, but it looked like it was mostly elite German formations. Here is some more German stuff. Again, more tables of organization. You got 36 pages worth. You know, just this historic data here, if you were a miniatures player or something, would probably cost you at least as much as what they charged for this expansion. So this is really impressive. I mean, this really exceeded my expectations. So expansion number 2 and 3 are definitely a must order for me. Just the historic information is worth the price of admission. I mean, even if you weren't going to use this game system, there's stuff here that you could really use with other systems. There's a really, really useful information here. So that is Panzer expansion number 1, and again, we did a video of the base game here, so now you know what comes inside the box.